You're looking at Vince Evans, the Chicago Bears quarterback, a third-year man from USC. He has passed 40 times and completed 20, and today he makes his third start of the season. He likes to throw the long one, as he did here 3 weeks ago against the Minnesota Vikings to speedy wide receiver James Scott, number 89. It sets up a battle of the Bombers today at Soldier Field, because this young man, the sophomore from Grambling, Doug Williams, can really throw the long ball. He has 7 touchdown passes to his credit for Tampa Bay.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by...
On a beautiful day from Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, the NFL on CBS presents the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris here at Soldier Field. The unbeaten Buccaneers, John, appear very much for real.
Well, they certainly are, Tim. Defense, defense, defense. That's what they've been all about. And now some offense this year. But if there was ever a must game for a team, it's for the Chicago Bears, because Tampa Bay is 4-0. The Bears 2-2. If Tampa Bay wins, they would be 5-0. The Bears 2-3. And as you know, because of the standings last year, Tampa Bay has an easier schedule for the rest of the season. So it's a very, very big game.
And you mentioned in the pregame show the Bucs, if they stop Walter Payton, would win today.
That's going to be the key. If they stop Payton, as I mentioned, I can't think of a team that has stopped Payton and where the Bears have won the ball game. So that's the key as far as Tampa Bay is concerned.
All right, they're ready for the kickoff. The Bears still looking for a healthy fullback. Roland Harper still out for another couple of games. John Skabinski gone for the season. Today they will start Jack Delaplane. The Bears will receive the kickoff. And the deep men are Brian Baschnagel, Ricky Watts, and Lenny Walterscheid. It is Walterscheid from the goal line, taking Neil O'Donoghue's kickoff over the 15 to about the 17-yard line. Looks like they'll spot it at the 18. Danny Reese, number 46, first man down, made the tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There is the Bears backfield. Vince Evans at quarterback, Delaplane and Payton the running backs. The wide receivers are James Scott and Golden Richards. The tight end is number 87, Mike Cobb. Along the offensive front, you can see Albrecht and Lick are the tackles. Noah Jackson and Sori are the guards, and Dan Neal is the center, number 52. So it is first down for the Chicago Bears, 2-2 in this all-important contest this afternoon from Soldier Field as they trail Tampa Bay in the Central Division of the NFC. Leading the blocking for Walter Payton, you saw number 88, the tight end, Greg Latta, getting the start ahead of Mike Cobb on that first play, and Payton picking up about 4 yards. Well, let's call it 3 and say it's 2nd and 7.
You know, when you talk about Tampa Bay, you immediately think of defense, but we have the 2 #1 rushing teams in the NFC going in this game. Tampa Bay has a 6-yard lead over the Chicago Bears, so both teams can rush offensively. And of course, Tampa Bay uses that 3-4 defense, which has been effective against Walter Payton in past years.
Look at that tough Tampa Bay defense, and we'll be telling you a lot about them as the day goes on as usual. Last week they did a job on the Rams. This is Payton again. Got a couple going straight ahead before he was met by Leroy Selman, number 63. Outstanding defensive end. His coach John McKay thinks he's all pro all the way and considers him to be one of the very best in the business on defense in the NFL. It is third down and about 7 to go still, so a gain of only about a half a yard for Payton.
So we see the Bears' first third down situation. Tampa Bay has been very good on this so far this year. Teams have only completed 24% of their third down situations.
Wide right goes James Scott. Payton alone setback. They have a slot left. Evans to throw for the first time today, and the ball was tipped as he tried to get it to James Scott. And it'll bring up 4th down. It looked like Wally Chambers, the former Bear, was the man to get his hand up on it.
And that has been the key to Tampa Bay. They had a 3-man rush, just 3 rushers, and they put enough pressure on Evans on 5 blockers, and Evans was not able to get his pass off. Wally Chambers reached up there and did the key thing for Tampa Bay.
Wally Chambers, Bill Kohler, Leroy Selman, that front 3 in the 3-4 Tampa Bay defense. Parsons to punt, hits it from his 10-yard line. It's taken by Reese at the 46 of Tampa. Reese likes to return him, and he gets over the 50 into Chicago territory. Brian Baschnagel, number 84, was the man to make the hit for the Chicago Bears. A 34-yard punt, a 5-yard return. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Chicago Bears and the NFL is prohibited. Doug Williams will bring out the Bucs at quarterback. The rookie Jerry Eckwood joins Ricky Bell as the running backs. Higgins and Owens the wide receivers. Jimmy Giles, number 88, the tight end. They come out in a slot formation right. They have Eckwood set up on the wing right. The lone running back is Ricky Bell. Owens in motion. Flaring to the sideline. Higgins has it. Right on him is Terry Schmidt, number 44. A gain of about 2 yards on the play. Good coverage by Schmidt.
Well, right, start off the ball game. Doug Williams goes to the air with the short pass. They haven't been all that successful in the short passing game, but on the long passes, they have been successful.
The offensive line, Revis and Hanna at tackles, Horton and Roberts at guard, Steve Wilson the center. Of course, Charlie Hanna, the converted defensive end, who's done so well in his first 4 games as an offensive tackle, along with the rookie Greg Roberts alongside him from Oklahoma. Outland Trophy winner. Straight ahead, this is Eckwood, the rookie from Arkansas, gets over the 45 to about the 44-yard line, a pickup of 3 yards. Hicks and Campbell, 54 and 59, the linebackers made the tackle. Rookie Dan Hampton starts at left defensive end along with Mike Hartenstein for Chicago. Osborne and Alan Page are the tackles. The linebackers, Muckensturm, Hicks, and Campbell. And a secondary of Schmidt and Livers on the corners. Spensick and Plank are the safeties. Of course, Alan Ellis, the starting left cornerback, still out with an injury. He could be back next week. 3rd and close to 5. Williams has time. Incomplete. Morris Owens had the ball, but not long enough. He took a real good shot from Gary Fensick, number 45, and just didn't have it long enough for it to be a Tampa Bay completion. And so the Bucs will have to punt.
I'm sure Tampa Bay will come back with that play because he was open. He found the seam and Williams hit him, but no catch, and so Tampa Bay will have to punt. It's a nice day out here. I'd say about 75 or 80 on the field. The wind is about 20 miles an hour behind Tampa Bay right now.
Steve Schubert is the lone receiver for the Bears. The punter is Tom Blanchard, the former New Orleans Saint, New York Giant.
Wow.
Oh, he gets a good kick away. A little too good. He's right through the end zone, trying to angle for the corner, but missed it. It will be a touchback. And first down on a 44-yard punt by Blanchard. First down for the Bears at their own 20-yard line. And we have 11:53 remaining first period. There is no score.
Welcome to the 80s and the better ideas from Ford.
We have a few scores in from the East. The Jets lead Miami 14-10. That game is in the second quarter. New Orleans over the Giants in the second quarter 7-0. And it's Atlanta 7, Washington 6 in the second quarter.
First down Bears at their own 20. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris at Chicago Soldier Field for this all-important Central Division matchup. Straight ahead is Jack Delaplane. Good hole on the right side. A little cutback play behind the right guard. Cedric Brown, number 34, and the linebacker Cecil Johnson, number 56, came up to make the tackle.
Do you think Jack Delaplane is excited? It's the first time he's ever started in the NFL. He was on the Steelers for a while. He was mostly on special teams, but the Bears have had so many injuries at fullback. Roland Harper's out, and Robin Earl has a bad toe, and Skabinski is out, Dave Williams. So Delaplane, I'll bet you right now he's probably feeling the best he's ever felt.
Having plenty of fun. 5'10", 205-pounder, four-year man from Salem College in West Virginia. Second and about 3 for the Bears. This is Payton. Payton takes a tough hit right at the line of scrimmage and squirts forward for about a yard. It was Richard Wood, the linebacker, number 54, putting the pop on him. And then Kohler came over to help haul him down. It'll be third and about a yard.
Tampa Bay has had pretty good success against Walter Payton. They've held him to an average of 3.2 yards per carry in 3 games. But he had a big game against him last year here, and he was cutting back against the grain. Did you notice Walter there looking? But the pursuit was great from the interior part of the Tampa Bay defensive line. That's what they'll have to do all day to stop Walter.
Bears in tight here. Double tight end on third and about a yard. In motion is Baschnagel. They go with Payton. Payton trying to get to the 30-yard line. This is going to be very close. Stacked up by the middle of that Tampa Bay defense. They had all their linebackers right up in the middle of things. You see Wood, number 54, in the thick of it. And the last man to get up, there he is. There's Wally Chambers, the ex-Bear, number 60. He got the first down, not by a lot, but enough. And it is Bears 1st and 10 at their own 30.
And if the viewers can watch Walter Payton's left arm, he has a small cast on it which is covered by sponge. He hurt his arm, as a severely bruised forearm, and he uses his forearm so much to bounce off of tacklers. So maybe you can get a good look at that and see if it hurts his effectiveness as a runner. As you see some other scores, look what Houston's doing to Cleveland.
Unbeaten Cleveland Browns, one of 4 unbeaten teams, including these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First down, rollout, Evans. Deep, he's got a man open. Cobb, the tight end.
No!
Mike Cobb dropped the ball wide open at the 32-yard line. Now, Johnny, you know this field real well. There's a lot of sun out there. Could he possibly have lost it in the sun at that angle?
It's possible, but I think looking back, the sun is off to the right. He may have had some sun problems there. It was so easy. Sometimes those are the most difficult to catch. There's a flag down on the field, but notice the speed of Vince Evans as he got to the outside. Mark Cotney was covering, and he fell down on some contact earlier, as you saw him fall there, and he was looking for the ball. Maybe he lost it in the sun, but for one reason or another, Michael Cobb did not catch the ball. The penalty is against Chicago, and a big break for Tampa Bay.
And walking it back to the 20-yard line, the referee is Gordon McCarter.
They're calling Mike Cobb, I believe, for maybe offensive pass interference.
Microphone wasn't working, as you could see, and I think that's a good guess. He may have pushed off downfield.
There's Walter. Oh, no, Walter says, no. There's the chicken man. He looked like the chicken man on that move.
Trying out that new AstroTurf field here at Chicago Soldier Field. They got a new surface, a lot softer than the old one here. All right, it is 1st and 20. Bears at their own 20-yard line. Delaplane trying off tackle left behind Noah Jackson and Ted Albrecht. Got a couple of yards, maybe 3. Dewey Selman, the left inside linebacker, number 58, had the tackle.
They did call offensive pass interference on Cobb when he made contact with Cotney. So even if he had caught it, that's the reason he was so open. That's the reason Cotney fell down.
That's a good play, I guess, if he can get away with it. He was wide open, but he had pushed off the safety. Minnesota leading Detroit 3-0 in another NFC Central Division battle. Rick Danmeyer's 40-yard field goal. Gain of about 2 on the play, so we'll call it 2nd and 18 for Chicago. In motion behind the ball is Golden Richards. And there is James Scott well offside. And he gets back on. The ball hadn't been snapped. Interesting play. Flag down. Now what happened, I believe, John, was when Scott realized that if he did get back before the ball was snapped, that the play could continue, one of the Tampa Bay Bucks went over, and I think they'll probably rule that he was drawn over. Let's wait and see how Gordon McCarter's consulting with a couple of his linesmen on the play. And it's going to be offside Tampa Bay. Now that is a most unusual situation.
Let's see if we can spot what happened. I can't.
There's Scott already over the line of scrimmage. No, but the ball has not been snapped. Now there's contact made by Danny Reese, and I think that's what the call is.
Well, the Bears ended up having a couple of men in motion on the play after Scott got back, so that seems rather peculiar to me.
Yes, I agree. Well, we still don't have a working microphone on our referee, Gordon McCarter, at least not that we can hear. And it is offside rule against Tampa Bay, and so the Bears chip away here with the help of a penalty to bring it up to 2nd and 11 at their own 29. Strange set of circumstances on that play. 3 wide receivers in for Chicago. Richards, Scott, and Bashnagel.
Oh, it's wide open.
Walter Payton running hard and has the first down over the Bears' 40-yard line. Richard Wood and Curtis Jordan made the tackle on him. Big play for Chicago.
The play really worked. They've run this play quite a bit, but you notice they had outside help there. There's 69, Reeve Sori, throwing the block here that got Walter around the horn. And then here comes Wood to make the tackle. Actually, since Wood was blocked, he made a nice tackle there on Payton to bring him down. But they still got the first down, Chicago.
Both these teams send in plays from the sidelines. John McKay calls them from the sideline for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Neil Armstrong, with help from upstairs, sending in the plays and usually shuttling the tight ends Cobb and Latta, sometimes the wide receivers. First down, Bears in the I formation. Play action. Evans has time. Chambers on him now. Deep for Scott. 2 men on him. Broken up at the 15-yard line by number 45, Jarris White. Good coverage deep.
There it is off the first down. The play action pass. You hand to Walter. You try and freeze everybody. And as he got a shotgun arm, as Wally Chambers comes, puts the punishment on. And it was a beautiful pass, but good coverage downfield by Tampa Bay. A double coverage on James Scott. And if I was going to double anybody, it would be Scott.
You can triple him sometimes. He's got that great deep speed. Hagan's the answer to him on the Tampa Bay offense.
It's tough to beat Tampa Bay deep.
Baltimore leads Buffalo 3-0 in the first period as we look at Neil Armstrong on the sidelines of the Bears. 2nd and 10. Richards in motion behind the ball again. Cotney picks him up. Evans straight drop. Complete to Bashnagel at the 40-yard line. He's hit there by Danny Reese. Pardon me, Jarris White, number 45, the left corner on the tackle.
That time the Buccaneers chose to zone and double cover James Scott on the left side of the field, and Brian Bashnagel had a one-on-one situation except for the deep drop of the linebacker, and it was just an excellent pass by Vince Evans. Right there, the timing was nice.
Outstanding pass by Evans, first down inside the 40 of Tampa Bay. And so the Bears bounce back smartly from the setback following the penalty to Mike Cobb on an open pass play. Slot formation left, and Richards starts in motion. Now they go straight ahead to Delaplane. The Bucks were ready for that. It was Lewis, David Lewis, the left outside linebacker, number 57, pulling him down just over the line of scrimmage. Let's call it a gain of 1.5 yards.
They have some real speed at the linebacker position. This defensive team has been together quite a while. I think that's part of the reason it's gelled. They've been good for the last couple of years, but I think the defensive backs and the linebackers have been together for a long time now, and it's starting to really come to the forefront.
They really know each other, that's for sure. Leroy Harris has scored from a yard out for the Eagles. They are tied with Pittsburgh, 7-7. 2nd and about 8 yards to go. Walter Payton runs away from traffic, and excellent reaction by the Buccaneers. Number 33, Mark Cotney, the strong safety, came up just as Payton was looking at some daylight outside. Payton picked up about 4. Such great speed and reaction by Payton. Hey, John, there was nowhere to go straight ahead. Bing, he was outside in a flash. Credit to Cotney for doing a good job.
I don't see that sore arm bothering Payton's performance so far.
No,
do you?
No, his legs are fine, obviously. 3rd down, they've got about 5 to go, a little less than 5. Ball is at the 35-yard line of Tampa Bay. High formation. Play action. Evans got some heat. Payton coming back, has the ball. Payton dropped. Behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of about 2, it turns out to be. But for the quickness of Vince Evans, it might have been a loss of about 42.
And this is the added dimension the Bears are looking for as Evans goes back. It seems like they have him in his grasp. There's Selman. He gets away. No whistle. Even though they have a quicker whistle, he did not really have him in his grasp. Payton came back for the ball and almost sprung this for a touchdown. Believe it or not, when he dipped outside here, if there hadn't been the tackle right here, Payton could have gone for the touchdown. And it was really a saving tackle by number 54, Richard Wood.
Richard Wood, and Parsons for Chicago angling for the corner. Good try, but he missed it by about 5 yards. It will be a touchback, and the Bucks will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. We have had some exciting football early with 4:58 remaining first period at Chicago Soldier Field. We are still scoreless. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, following Parsons' punt to the end zone, we are scoreless. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris at Chicago Soldier Field, a bright, sunshiny day. Perfect for football. In motion is Morris. Owens behind the ball, number 85. Gary Eckwood. Eckwood out of bounds at about the 29-yard line, closer to the 30, close to a first down. Hicks made the tackle.
Let's look at Charles Hanna, their new right offensive tackle, as he pulls out and takes Muckensturm down with a nice block. He's just switched over from defense from last year, has done a fantastic job. A marvelous move by John McKay. How do you think, hey, I've got a defensive player, I'm going to make an offensive tackle out of him?
Well, apparently they talked about it often during the season last year, but with Wally Chambers' leg problems, they weren't really ready to make the move, but looks like it's been a good one. 2nd and less than a yard to go. In motion behind the ball is rookie Gordon Jones. This is Ricky Bell. Bell trying to get outside. Campbell pulls him down, but he has the first down. First down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Advances the ball to the 31-yard line. Big Ricky Bell, number 42.
And what a job they've done of rebuilding that offensive line, or I should say not rebuilding, but building it. They were 28th in offense for a couple of years. Now they're 5th in offense in the NFC, and that is a fast turnaround.
Washington back in front of Atlanta. New Orleans leads the Giants 10-0 in the second period. Williams wants to throw. He's going deep on a rope, and it's almost picked off. Intended for Higgins. It was Gary Fensick knocking that ball down, and nearly an interception. Like Plank was right in the middle of things there, too.
Yes, it was Doug Plank who really saved that, as there's the shotgun arm coming up of Doug Williams, who has plenty of time to throw, and it's just double coverage. They ran into the coverage with the free man right there, and he knocked it down. Doug Plank, good play.
Plank, number 46, getting the hand on it. They had him covered. Williams threw that ball on a line drive. I mean, he can really chuck it. We have got two strong arms out here this afternoon. 2nd and 10, Tampa Bay. Split backs. Bell stays in the block.
Open.
Knocked down by Hampton. Eckwood, the swing back, was the intended target, but the rookie, Dan Hampton, knocked the ball away.
Yes, he did. He saved a big gain as far as the Bears are concerned. As Hampton jumps up here, Eckwood was all by himself. The linebacker had gone down the field, and number 99 out of Arkansas, he's the Bears' #1 draft choice, who they got in the trade for Wally Chambers. And of course, that was supposedly a big mistake by the Buccaneers, because Chambers had the bad knee, couldn't recover, but he's doing very well this year, so both teams worked out.
Well, that ball was intended to a former teammate of Hampton's, Gary Eckwood. 3rd down, Tampa Bay. They have not been too strong converting 3rd downs, and they've got a 3rd and 10. Let's see what they do. It's complete, and a first down. Eckwood this time catches the ball and goes out of bounds, pushed out by Livers, and they get all the way out to the 48 of Tampa Bay.
Very similar play. Chalk this up to Doug Williams. Does a good job. You see Eckwood coming towards the screen at the bottom. Now the pressure's on. He has to move forward and then throws a bullet to Eckwood, who is open for the first down before Virgil Livers knocks him out of bounds. Good play by Tampa Bay. First down.
He has not been sacked in more than 90 passes.
That's something, isn't it?
He has got a quick release, and he's had good offensive line protection. Houston and Cleveland. Look at that score. First down, Tampa Bay. Morris Owens in motion, number 85. It goes to Eckwood. Eckwood is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Alan Page and the safety man blitzing Gary Fensick right into the backfield. And he lost about a yard. Let's see where they mark it.
Gary Fensick was up there, and of course when you get a safety in there messing up the offensive blocking pattern, you got problems. As you look at Alan Page, 220 pounds, and I'll tell you what, that's 220 pounds of romping, stomping dynamite, because he's light, but he's quick.
4 sacks to his credit so far this season. 4 games for Alan Page. 2nd and 11.
Uh-oh.
Good play, Eckwood. Right up the middle with the flow going to the right. Doug Plank, the safety, had to pull him down, and he has about 10 yards. We'll see where they mark it.
A beautiful play. You kind of call it a misdirection. It's just a quick trap, and Horton couldn't even find anybody to block, but he made a block, and Eckwood got all the way into the Bears secondary before he was brought down by Doug Plank and Gary Fensick. But that was a nice play.
Eckwood came into this game with 332 yards rushing, 5th best in the conference, and he is certainly running hard and well here today. The rookie from Arkansas, their 3rd-round draft pick.
Well, he had some injuries in college, and they wondered whether he'd be able to stand up and take the punishment. He's proven he can do that. He has had little fumble problems. He's fumbled 4 times this year to tie Tony Dorsett for the lead in that department. But when it comes to fumbles, you got to say Tampa Bay is great. They have recovered 11 of their opponent's fumbles. Can you imagine that in 4 games?
That's terrific. They've really been the top team in the league at forcing fumbles. It is just short of a first down by about half a football, looked like. Williams has the play from John McKay. The ball is at the Bears' 42-yard line. Motion Bell. The big guy, Williams, dives for the first down inside the 40-yard line. Mike Hartenstein, the right defensive end, stopped him there, but the Bucks are on the move.
There you see the New York Jets leading Miami, which has to be a surprise, 20-10 at the half.
Miami is unbeaten coming into today's action, along with Pittsburgh and Cleveland, all in the AFC. Today you're watching the only unbeaten team in the NFC, the Buccaneers. Slot formation left, in the eye. Bell is the lead back. In motion is Owens. Ricky Bell squirts through.
Oh.
Good running by Bell. There was not much room at all. Gary Campbell, the linebacker from the right side, hauled him down, but he picked up 6 yards.
He cut back against the grain, found a hole, looked at Steve Wilson, and cut back off of his rump and got the yardage.
They had great balance in their running last week against the Rams. Jerry Eckwood and Ricky Bell both running well. Bell had 69 yards. Eckwood had 59 yards. Eckwood sifting through traffic. Loose ball. He was hit hard by Plank. It looks like a Bears recovery. And the rookie continues to be plagued with a little fumbleitis, and he's been running so well. You got a feel for him there, but Doug Plank has knocked the balls out of a lot of hands in his NFL career, and Gary Fensick came up with a loose one. We have 1:34 remaining first period. With the score, the Bears nothing and the Buccaneers nothing.
Let's take another look at that fumble. It was a good play by Eckwood. He ran very well until he was hit by number 46, Doug Plank. Now he's got it with one arm instead of the two there. And the fumble comes, and it's Gary Fensick who makes the recovery. But when you have a scat back type of a runner, and he's in that situation, sometimes he does not have a tendency to cover up with two hands, and he had one hand on the ball. It was jolted loose as we look at John McKay.
The Bears have first down at their own 32-yard line. Walter Payton has rushed 6 times for 23 yards. Evans 2 for 4 passing, 18 yards. He has first down here. Richards in motion. They give it to Payton. Payton running hard off right tackle. Got about 4 before he was knocked back by Dewey Selman, number 58. Left inside linebacker. And they're going to give him closer to 5 yards at the 2nd and 5 Bears.
Payton has 484 yards so far this season. He runs extremely well on an artificial surface. This is the first time in league play this year that Tampa Bay has had to play on this hard artificial surface.
Atlanta upset last week by Detroit, trailing at the half against the Redskins. 2nd and 5, Chicago. Payton again. Excellent defensive play right at the point of attack by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dewey Selman is there, the linebacker Johnson, and I think the last body to get up, the first man to hit him, Richard Wood, number 54.
Let's take a look at Leroy Selman as he takes a beat on Walter Payton, plays down the line, plays off the block, and makes the tackle. In fact, there are about 3 of them there, and that's been the key to Tampa Bay. They gang tackle. They love to hit people.
So it is a loss of about a half a yard, maybe more. 3rd and 7. Payton away from one man, Kohler, but does not get much. Forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And the Bears will have to punt. It was Wally Chambers who finally chased him out.
Did you notice the old-fashioned straight arm that Payton gave to Kohler as Kohler came to make the tackle? It's kind of a lost art these days.
So Parsons will have to punt as the Bucks did the job defensively after turning the ball over. Baseball fans, the Phillies lead the Expos 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. The Pirates leading the Cubs 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Montreal trying to stay alive. Parsons, good punt. Now starting to hang at the 25, taken by Danny Reese.
Oh!
Good run by Reese to the 38-yard line. Got through 3 Chicago Bears before he was stopped by the punter, Bob Parsons. And the gun sounds, ending the first period of play. At the end of the first quarter, the score. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers nothing, the Chicago Bears nothing.
Get ready for the first new truck of the 80s, the new Ford pickup. 1980 Ford test trucks got over 1 million total miles of testing here at Ford's Arizona Proving Grounds. They have been tortured over steel-edge potholes, plunged into corrosive salt baths, and sent over the jarring Power Hop Hill. And for 1980, this new Ford has new aerodynamic design, best gas mileage of any American-built pickup, 19 mpg EPA estimate, 29 highway. Used for comparison, your mileage may differ. Actual highway mileage will probably be less. And 19 mpg is the best of any American-built pickup. For 1980, 4x2s have tough twin I-beam suspension. 4x4s have tough new independent front suspension. Come into your Ford dealer now for a special preview of the first new truck of the 80s.
Friday night, October 12th at 11:30 Eastern, take in a magic show. Magic Johnson's scheduled TV debut as the Lakers take on the Clippers. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Friday, October 12th at 11:30. It'll be the CBS debut of Magic Johnson for the Lakers, and Bill Walton's network debut as a San Diego Clipper. Should be exciting NBA action starting our season with a special telecast Friday, October 12th. In the first quarter, the Bears rushed for 38 yards, Tampa Bay for 35. That's two pretty good rushing defenses at work. First down, Tampa Bay following the Bears punt. This is Eckwood. Eckwood's got running room on the right side, and he has a first down, still going, and he's got blockers. Liver's the last man. Eckwood, touchdown. Jerry Eckwood down the sideline for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
I think he made up for the fumble, don't you? What a great run.
61 yards, Johnny. The rookie from Arkansas.
Okay, as you see, it was a misdirection. He started left. See Greg Horton, number 64, out in front of him. He's the one that enabled Eckwood to get around the corner. They thought they had him knocked out of bounds. Doug Plank came in there with the elbows, and then he just turned it down the sidelines, tight-roped it just like a ballet star, gave a little deke to Virgil Livers, straightened him up, and then just flew into the end zone. A great run by Eckwood.
Outstanding effort, and I'm sure Doug Plank wishes that he maybe had his arms out there instead of trying to knock him out of bounds. O'Donohue has the point after, and Tampa Bay jumps into a 7-0 lead on a 61-yard run by Jerry Eckwood, the rookie from Arkansas. And some of the Boo Birds out already here in Chicago. It is only 7-0 Tampa Bay with a long way to go. Donahue will kick it off as Jerry Eckwood's 61-yard touchdown run, the longest run in Tampa Bay's short history for a touchdown, has them in front 7-0. A short kickoff was taken by the tight end Greg Latta, who got it to about the 27-yard line before he was stopped. And the Bears and Tampa Bay were practically dead even in the first quarter. 18 yards each passing, a 3-yard difference rushing for the Bears, 3 first downs each, and all of a sudden, bang. One play, 61 yards, and a 7-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Minnesota and Detroit are tied at 3 in the third quarter now. Benny Ricardo kicking a field goal for the Lions. First down, Chicago Bears. Delaplane and Peyton, the running backs. In motion is the tight end Cobb. Vince Evans, play action. Incomplete, intended for James Scott. The ball thrown low. He was open.
James Scott had come from all the way across the side of the field. The two wide receivers had crisscrossed, and he was trying to thread the needle, and I think the pass was a little bit low, and so the Bears will be in a passing situation. Most teams have found what little success they can find against Tampa Bay by throwing short in front of that zone that they use. They'll have 5 players across the field and 3 deep, Tampa Bay, by the time they drop their linebackers off.
2nd and 10, Chicago Bears. Split back, Delaplane and Peyton. Richards in motion from the right, goes behind the ball. Evans, good catch, Bashnagel, first down Bears at their 44. Jarris White, number 45, made the tackle.
Here's a case where that 3-man rush could not get to Vince Evans. 5 blocking on 3, they couldn't get there. Bashnagel went down the field, turned, and jumped up made a nice catch, and White finally makes the tackle. Brian Bashnagel, who has overcome a lot of injuries and is really helping Chicago now. The man, one of the few men, maybe the only man that played in 4 straight Rose Bowl games.
4-year man from Ohio State, a 3rd pick in 1976, brought 6 catches into today's game, and the Bears coaching staff really happy with his play this season. Richards in motion again, and a loose ball. Evans trying to get control of it, still loose. Bucks say they have it. Let's wait and see. Bad exchange, or a problem with the exchange between Neal and Evans.
Right there. It didn't look like Vince was expecting the ball right away. He went down. About 4 men had a chance at the ball. There it is right there. Turn around.
It's Tampa Bay ball, Johnny. And it is Cecil Johnson, the outside linebacker on the right side, grabbing the loose ball for the Buccaneers. And they are in excellent field position at the Bears' 42. MD, a new show on CBS.
And you could see Vince Evans was not expecting the ball when it came. There was some confusion there.
Perhaps a missed count between Evans and his centerman Dan Neal. First down, Tampa Bay, as they try to take advantage. They lead 7-0, and going for it all. That's going to be just overthrown, intended for Ike Higgins, who crashes into that padded fence down there as he went right through the end zone. Plank and Fensick on the coverage.
There was no question that he was open as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went for the touchdown right after recovering the fumble. I thought maybe he might have been able to take a little dive for this ball instead of just reaching his arms out, because he had gotten behind Terry Schmidt right there, take that little dive, but he chose just to reach.
All right, it is 2nd and 10 as Williams with the gun as 2nd and long. Let's see what he does here. Couple of awesome arms, the quarterback today. Eckwood, a little cutback and nowhere to go. Good defensive play by the Bears. Tom Hicks, the linebacker, and the rookie defensive end, Hampton, putting a stop on it.
And when you mentioned Tom Hicks, that was the key to that play, because he had kind of a delayed blitz or a fast reaction, and he busted the timing on that play. As you look at Baltimore leading Buffalo 6-0 in the 2nd quarter.
Buffalo, a scoring machine a week ago. The Colts still having their problems getting started with the injuries to Jones and others. Philadelphia's gone ahead of Pittsburgh 10-7 in the 3rd period. 5 defensive backs in for the Chicago Bears on 3rd and about 8. Swing pass. Bell's got running room. Bell running hard as a first down to the 27-yard line. Bruce Herron, an extra linebacker in on that defense, made the tackle with help from the cornerback Terry Schmidt. But the Bucks are on the move again. There had to be a mistake there by the Bears, because he was wide open out there in the flat. There is Bell. Nobody out there in time. Bruce Herron, 51, tries to recover. Whether it was his responsibility to get out there in the flat, we'll find out later. But anyway, he was wide open. It is first down, Tampa Bay at the 26-yard line. The unbeaten Buccaneers. They lead 7-0 and are threatening again. In the I formation, Bell and Eckwood. In motion is Morris Owens. Eckwood. Hampton has him. Hampton and Fensick coming up again from his safety position. He does so well against the run, and it's a loss on the play. Isn't it something to see this team go up and down the field like this? You can imagine what John McKay went through those first couple of years, and then they beat the Rams last week. McKay's got to be feeling like $1 million right now. He's worth sure
$1 million
deserves
too.
to. Yes, indeed. I liked his comment. He always has so many great lines. I liked his comment about his 5-year plan. He said, of course I have a 5-year plan. That's the length of my contract. 2nd and 10. There was no gain on the play. Little play action and a flare out on a screen to Eckwood. Eckwood drops the ball again. Was play dead? I believe it was. The play was ruled dead at the 15-yard line. Hartenstein on the hit. And let's see. Yes, the play is dead.
He's got to cover up on that ball when the cheese gets binding, when there's a lot of people out there. As you see, he just goes out for a quick screen. The 3 linemen come out. Hanna throws a nice block for him. Then he just turns it up the field. Finally, Mark Hartenstein trips him up, and he was definitely down before he fumbled.
So it is first down, Buccaneers at the 15-yard line of Chicago. Doug Williams, sophomore professional out of Grambling at quarterback. And the throw, drills it for Owens. He can't hold on. Morris Owens with coverage from Terry Schmidt. And they're both getting up a little slowly. There was a real collision at the junction there. Schmidt gets up favoring his left arm, and he is in some pain, and that is a serious injury for the Bears. The starter there, Alan Ellis, is already out of action, although they say he's ready to come back. And now his backup, Schmidt, is down.
Schmidt made a good play on that as he hit the receiver, but watch number 88, Giles. He is wide open as he turns up the field right there to the right of your screen. But here is a good play by the Bear defense.
So some attention for the injured Terry Schmidt. Will return in a moment with the Bucks leading 7-0. The little athletes in gymnastics and the big athletes in the world's strongest man. That's next week on the Sports Spectacular, next Saturday afternoon on CBS. There's Terry Schmidt. He's apparently all right. He has at least, though, a sore arm. And the Buccaneers have 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. There is nowhere to go as Osborne put the stop on Ricky Bell. Mike Hartenstein there with him, and a complete shutdown of that running play.
Well, the Bucks on a 2nd down situation chose to go right up the middle, and there was Jim Osborne beating the block. Number 68, probably the most underrated player on the Chicago Bear team, Jim Osborne. And there's Mike Hartenstein in on the tackle. So we have a passing situation, 3rd and about 14, and we'll see how that rifle arm does on this one, because you got to figure on a pass, right?
I would think so. Mike Spivey, number 47, is in on the corner where Terry Schmidt plays. Schmidt with a bruised left elbow, our report from the bench area. Eckwood, the leading rusher in the game, has 86 yards on 8 carries, including a 61-yard touchdown run. Williams running and is pulled out of bounds. There was good coverage in the end zone. Hartenstein, the left defensive end, taking Williams out of bounds.
This is actually the way that the Buccaneers beat the Bears last year down in Tampa. He actually didn't force roll out, but every time he went out here like this, he had some kind of an option, but not this time, as Hartenstein does a great job, number 73, to reach him and pull him out of bounds. However, he wasn't going to make the first down anyway because he had decided to run, and he was short of the marker, so we're going to have a field goal attempt.
Neil O'Donoghue from the 24-yard line, a 34-yard attempt.
Oh!
No good. O'Donoghue, who was only 2 for 7, trying field goals. This is again not by much, but enough for the Chicago Bears and their fans. And so with 9:38 to play in the first half, the Buccaneers 7, the Bears nothing. Between a wounded civilian and a military interrogator. Then a special showing of The Last Resort, followed by my favorite show, Lou Grant. It's all on CBS Monday night. First down, Bears. Jack Delaplane has gone out. Robin Earl has come in. Earl's first appearance. He's been bothered by a foot injury and a toe injury on top of that. This is Payton. Payton trying the right side, stacked up by the Tampa Bay defense. Kohler and Chambers and the linebackers coming in right behind them to pile them up. Lewis, safety Cotney coming up. Got about 2 yards.
What a terrible year for the Giants. New Orleans off to a 17-0 lead in the 3rd quarter.
Cecil Johnson goes out. An extra defensive back is in for the Tampa Bay Bucks. 2nd and about 7. Richards motion behind the ball. Evans. Complete. Baschnagel at the 40-yard line. First down, Chicago. Jarris White, number 45, made the tackle.
The Bears have gone to the 3 wide receivers, and Baschnagel is showing a knack to find the hole in that zone defense. As you see, the 3-man rush by the Bucks and the linebackers dropping off. And here comes Baschnagel, and he'll turn in the slot, in the zone there, and catches it before Jarris White makes the tackle. However, there was a penalty on the play.
A holding call against Chicago, Johnny. So when they get something going, they lose it right back. It's happened twice so far in the game, on the penalty to Cobb earlier and here again now. And they are backed up to their 12-yard line.
Holding Offense, number 64. Repeat, second down.
Ted Albrecht, the left tackle, guilty of holding. Gordon McCarter, the referee. The umpire, Tony Kramer. The head linesman, Bill Ross. The line judge, Jack Fetty. The back judge, Ray Douglas. The side judge, Bill Quinty. And the field judge, Harmon Turkey. 2nd and 18. Evans up the middle for Scott. Incomplete. Scott wants interference. There was definitely contact from Mark Washington, the cornerback. Looked like they got their legs tangled. There is no penalty forthcoming downfield.
The Buccaneers decided to blitz that time. Here they come with a couple of linebackers, and Evans got the ball off. He threw for Scott, and you'll see Washington come over the top. The ruling was that he was diving for the ball. Let's see if he makes contact with Scott. A very close play there. It looked like he hit Scott as he was coming up and over, maybe tripped him on the way up, but it's a judgment call by the official, and since it goes this way, you got to say he made the call, and we'll have to live with it, right? We'll see.
Right. They were both up for the ball. Neither of them touched it, as it turned out. They definitely touched each other. Washington colliding with James Scott. It is 3rd down and 18. Evans straight back. Flares it out to Robin Earl. Earl has nowhere to go. Cotney, number 33, is there. He picked up maybe 5 yards at the most, and the Bears will have to punt. Vince Evans, Bears' 3rd-year quarterback from USC, his 3rd start of the season. Bears have Bob Avellini, last year's starter, Mike Phipps. All look good in preseason, but Evans won the job. Parsons standing at his 1-yard line. Danny Reese, who very seldom lets a fair catch call. Low snap. Parsons fielding it well. Reese has got some running room. Nearly ran into his own blocker, but he still picked up 5 or 6 yards on the return. Bruce Heron, number 51, made the tackle. And Reese got the ball all the way to the 48-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 7:51 remaining in the first half. 7-0 Buccaneers. Horse race next week here on CBS. The Jockey Club Gold Cup from Belmont. A firm and spectacular bid. And there's a spectacular-looking lady. First down, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In motion is the rookie Gordon Jones. They have a wingback on the left, Eckwood, and he has the ball. The rookie from Arkansas. Good coverage by the Bears, closing down the corner. A gain of about 1.5 yards on the play. Fensick and Hampton combining to make the tackle. Baseball scores for you. The Phillies continue to lead the Expos 1-0. They're now in the top of the 5th. Pirates are ahead of the Cubs 2-0, also in the top of the 5th.
So far this season, Tampa Bay has outscored their opponents 55-7 in the 2nd quarter. So this has been a big quarter for the Buccaneers this year so far.
Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris at Soldier Field, where the Bucs lead it 7-0. O'Donoghue hit the upright with a field goal try from 34 yards out, or they might have led 10-0. They have the ball again. Screen pass. Ricky Bell. Bell is pulled down as the Bears just cut through the blocking. That was Muckensturm coming way over from the left linebacker position with an outstanding defensive play.
That time the Buccaneers put Owens in motion across the field. Terry Schmidt had come all the way across to cover him, then had to run all the way back across the field to cover him downfield. They ran the screen the other way. Actually, not a bad play.
3rd and 5 for Tampa Bay. Muckensturm, the man who took the starting spot away from the 14-year veteran Doug Buffone at the left linebacker position. Muckensturm, a 4-year man from Arkansas State. 3rd and 5. 5 defensive backs in the passing situation. Williams drills a completion to the rookie Gordon Jones. First down, Tampa Bay at the 30-yard line of the Bears. Fensick on the tackle. Gordon Jones, a rookie from Pittsburgh, their number 2 pick.
And watch the back, Ricky Bell. He'll swing out to take the linebacker out of the action, which creates a zone. You'll see 51 going out to cover, and then Jones comes in on his hook, and he's got the short zone in front of Terry Schmidt, and that play worked like a charm. They are controlling the Chicago Bear defenders with the backs, and they're doing a good job of it.
John, that is excellent analysis. I'm sure our fans enjoy that kind of an explanation, and our thanks to our cameraman for showing us exactly what John is talking about. All right, it is first down. Tampa threatening again, and this is a tight end around. Giles, who eludes one tackler. Look at the big guy run. But he's knocked out of bounds by Livers. A gain of maybe 6, maybe 7 yards on the play.
This is an example of individual effort as Giles comes back, and I believe it was Hartenstein who got across there. He cut back, then he turned on the speed, and you see a little straight arm there. Not bad. He straight arms Alan Page, gets away from him, and gets some yards out of it.
Livers finally pushing him out. Giles, a third-year man from Alcorn State, came over in a trade from Houston, and John McKay happy with him. Another NFC Central battle. Minnesota leading the Lions 10-3. Second, about a yard and a half to go for the Buccaneers. Play action. Owens incomplete. Schmidt and Plank on the coverage. And it was Terry Schmidt who got a hand on the ball. I like that play, though.
He threw that before the receiver was anywhere near where he was supposed to be, and the receiver got there in time. Williams will take some punishment from Muckensturm after he throws the ball. But there's the cut, and Schmidt was off balance, but he still turned around in time and put his hand down there with a fine defensive player, and Doug Williams took some punishment on that one. Here's a look at it, too. Muckensturm on the blitz, number 58, as Schmidt releases the ball. There you go. There's my friend. Down he goes.
Well, that's a good play all around. Williams getting the ball away, Muckensturm making the hit, Schmidt making the knockdown. And I like the call from John McKay. Here's Ricky Bell outside. He's got the first down, and Schmidt pulls him down at about the 14-yard line. And the Buccaneers threaten once more.
You really hit on a good point there, Tim. That last play was an excellent football play by both teams, and that's where you like to see the game played. It was excellent.
Even Owens did a good job to make a play on the catch. He just was outplayed on his play by Terry Schmidt. Excellent all-around football, but it's first down Buccaneers on the run by Ricky Bell. Came out in the I formation. Wide left is Gordon Jones. Williams, Ricky Bell, good hole, flag down. Hampton, the rookie defensive end, made the tackle, but 5 yards downfield. Holding is the call, and it's against Tampa Bay.
I don't know if they called it on Charlie Hanna, number 73, or not. He made an excellent block there. You'll see him, the right tackle, as he blocks Hampton out, number 73. Now, could they have called holding on him there?
Well, we'll find out from Gordon McCarter momentarily. So the Bucs set back with a penalty. They had a good drive going here.
Holding. Number 61, offense. Repeat, first down.
Greg Roberts. It was not Hanna. I didn't think it would be because it looked like a pretty good block. He had sealed his man outside, but they called Greg Roberts from Oklahoma.
There's Coach Neil Armstrong in the red sweater. Looked like he was talking to Buddy Ryan, his defensive coordinator down there. First down and 20. Straight ahead, Eckwood. Got about 5 of it back. Took a tough hit there from Jerry Muckensturm, number 58. Good tackle.
Yeah, you mentioned Jerry Muckensturm. He's the man that got through, avoided the block, got blocked slightly here, and then just reached back with his left arm and tripped him up.
Osborne, number 68, the man to finish him off after Muckensturm made the initial hit. It is second and about 17. That's what it says on the screen, so it must be. Williams back. Sideliner, incomplete, intended for Gordon Jones, and that Jones shows some speed of foot, the rookie from Pittsburgh. But it's third down, Tampa Bay. There's Gordon Jones, 6 foot, 190, number 2 pick this year. Buffalo leading Baltimore 7-6 in the second period. Look at this, Philadelphia in front of the Steelers, 17-7. Maybe we can get some word on Bradshaw in that game. He was banged up a little last week.
It seems like the Steelers always play just well enough to win.
Yeah, that one's a long way from being over, as is this one. 3:54 to go, first half, 7-0 Tampa Bay. Big third down play here to try and keep this drive alive. Williams is going to run. Williams does not have the first down. Gary Fensick pulling him down, at about the 13-yard line.
Jim Osborne is grabbing for air right now. He thought sure he had Doug Williams on this play as Williams went back, and he surrounded in the pocket, and I believe it was 68 Osborne who had him dead to rights, and Doug says, oh no, I'm going to run. And he takes off down the field. There's Osborne coming through. Page is on the left side, and here he decided to cut back. He might have gotten the first down, and a good tackle by Pensick to prevent the first down.
What a good athlete, 6'4", 215. We'll see it again here, a different angle.
There it is. Now he cuts to his left, and Pensick makes the good tackle.
Field goal try from the 20-yard line. That's a 30-yarder for Neil O'Donoghue. Hit the upright on his previous try. And that one is good. Neil O'Donoghue hitting a 30-yard field goal. And so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come up with another 3. And a 10-0 margin here in the second quarter at Soldier Field. Neil O'Donoghue, that is his 3rd field goal in 8 tries. Been a bit of a problem for him in the early going this season. And as you can see, the World Series of Golf upcoming on CBS this afternoon. Larry Nelson, the current leader at 7 under, followed by Bill Rogers. 4 more players at 5 under, so that should present some excitement in this final round coverage upcoming on CBS. 10-0 Tampa Bay with 2:54 to play here in the first half.
The Bucs were complaining about having to play on this artificial surface, but so far they seem to be pretty mobile. It doesn't seem to be bothering them very much. As you look at Len Walderscheid, who's going to receive this kickoff unless it's short, he will be kicking against the wind, and a strong wind. As you recall, Tim, the last one is real short.
John McKay's objection to it is to the artificial surface is just simply that it inevitably causes more injuries. He's been fairly vocal about that, evidently.
And it's hard on the legs when you practice. They practice a lot on that, what is it, Bermuda grass down there in Florida. As we look at Mayor Jane Byrne of Chicago attending today's Chicago Bears football game.
He doesn't have to worry about shoveling snow off the streets yet. You can come to a football game and enjoy the sunshine. Walderscheid from the 15-yard line over the 30 to the 32. Number 23, Lenny Walderscheid, one of the real fine handymen on this Bears squad. Jim Obradovich, reserve tight end, made the tackle. Number 86. And it is first down Chicago with lots of time to get something on the board if they can get a drive going here. Pretty good field position at their 32.
Tampa Bay has 15 sacks so far this year, and that's pretty good considering they only rushed the 3 men.
Bucks going 40 yards in 9 plays for the 30-yard field goal by Neil O'Donoghue. Vince Evans, the quarterback. Payton and Delaplane make it Robin Earl, number 39, and at fullback again now, replacing the starter Delaplane. Evans has time. Out for Earl. Earl runs away from one man and bashes over the midfield stripe into Tampa territory at the 49. Washington and Cecil Johnson made the tackle, and Washington is down and hurt. Big Robin Earl, when he runs into you, you're hit. 6'5", 240.
One of the biggest running backs in the NFL. He's coming off a sore toe, but he really gets away from Dewey Selman, and this is the way you attack this Tampa Bay defense. You throw underneath the coverage, and then here's the way where he gets away and then turns on, and finally a host of Tampa Bay tacklers get him, and Washington got hurt on that tackle. There was quite a bit of contact there. Cecil Johnson says that's my football, but too late.
Washington, you could see in that replay, was the first man to make full contact with Earl coming from the right corner, and he put his shoulder right into that juggernaut, and he is feeling the effects right now.
One reason for Tampa's success this year is that they haven't had any injuries. They've started the same lineup every week so far this season, and this would be their first major injury. Let's hope it's not serious.
They lost their punter, Green, to an Achilles tendon, but apart from that, you're right. They've been disgustingly healthy and enjoying it for a change. They've been through their injury problems. Next Saturday, here on CBS at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. And barring anything unforeseen, you will see a firmed and spectacular bid in that field, and that should be some horse race that, even if you don't follow racing on a regular basis, everybody likes to watch the great horses and say that they saw them run, and you'll have that opportunity next Saturday on CBS. Washington is up and apparently all right. Curtis Jordan, number 25, has come in on the right corner, number 25. First down, Chicago. 2:26 to play first half. They trail 10-0. Scrambling for a first down to the 35-yard line of Tampa Bay. Cecil Johnson, third-year man from Pittsburgh, made the tackle.
That's the extra dimension the Bears are looking for, a mobile quarterback, and you're going to see him put a fancy do on Dewey Selman. As he sees that Payton was covered, he was trying to hit Walter Payton. They had him inside-outside, so Vince Evans decides to take off, and he really dekes out number 58, Dewey Selman, coming up right here with a good move, a plant, and then a cutoff. And there was the block as he picked up the block and then put his shoulder down and got the first down for the Chicago Bears. Vince Evans talks to Neil Armstrong as Tampa Bay still leads this game 10-0 in the second quarter.
Look at this in the third period, Johnny Morris. The Jets trying to topple Miami from the unbeatens.
Well, that means Pittsburgh's losing, Miami's losing, Cleveland's losing to Houston. Tampa Bay possibly could be the only undefeated team after today's action. They're ahead 10-0.
The Bears, however, have the ball at the 35-yard line of Tampa Bay. 2 minutes remaining first half. Evans has consulted with Neil Armstrong on the 2-minute drill. See if the Bears can get on the board. Play action. He wants Scott. He has it. First down at the 20-yard line. He's wrapped up there by Jareth White. They'll spot it at the 19, and the Bears are threatening.
Excellent play by Chicago. The play action and the quickness with which Vince Evans gets back and the threat of his running has prevented the Tampa Bay linebackers from getting downfield very well and stopping those type of passes, getting in front of the receiver.
Mike Cobb is in at tight end replacing Latta. Scott goes wide left, Richards right. High formation, Pearl the lead back. Payton straight ahead. Wally Chambers wraps him up at the line of scrimmage. Payton squirts for a couple. The timeout is called by Chicago. Wally Chambers has been playing awfully well at left defensive end in the Tampa 3-4 last year after the trade, bothered by an arthritic knee. Evidently has just decided he's got to live with that pain to play, and apparently through the first 4 games has been a key figure defensively for Tampa Bay. Neil Armstrong talking with his quarterback Vince Evans, hidden by big Greg Latta, the tight end. Next week on the CBS Sports Spectacular, quite an afternoon starting at 4 o'clock, the Pacific Invitational Gymnastics Championship. This event is being held in 4 different Pacific Coast cities, October 1st through the 11th. The United States, Japan, China, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, all participating. And for the U.S., Kurt Thomas, who has a gold medal in floor exercises at last year's World Championships, certainly one of the exciting gymnasts in the world. He'll be competing. The World's Strongest Men competition. Well, if you like watching muscles, you can see guys lifting cars and tossing cabers. You know what a car is. You may not know what a caber is. What's a caber, John?
It's a, well, I don't know. What is it?
Well, it's like a small telephone pole, it says here. That sport originated in Scotland. That figures, I guess. In any event, you'll see it all on the sports spec. All right, the Bears have 2nd and 8 inside the 20 of Tampa Bay. Scott. Inbounds, no. Out of bounds. Scott could not retain possession with his feet inbounds. Fine pass by Evans, but just that much out of bounds for Scott.
Good timing. They just juggled the ball a little bit as they kept Walter Payton in to block the extra linebacker who was rushing, and it was a simple flag to the outside move, and the pass was right there. There is Scott. Now, if he'd have been hit and had control, it would have been touchdown. 1 foot down in, but you can see that he's kind of juggling the ball. That's close, boy. As I look at it in slow motion, it looked like he might have had that ball.
Jareth White on the coverage, but Scott had him beaten. Ruled out of bounds. You must have the ball and your feet both inbounds. It is 3rd down and 8. Big play for the Bears. They keep the backs in. Intended for Latta, incomplete, overthrown. And it is 4th down. Bob Thomas will come in to attempt the field goal.
The Bears tried to surprise him, sending the wide receivers across the field and sneaking the tight end out there. And Mike Washington was there for the occasion and had the coverage, and it was not a good pass. It was a little bit high, so they have to settle for the field goal.
In the fourth period, Minnesota leads Detroit 13-3 in another NFC Central battle. Thomas with the ball spotted at the 24-yard line. 34-yard attempt. He's almost automatic. And he hits that one with relative ease. And Chicago gets some points on the scoreboard with 1:05 to play. Here in the first half, the Bucs with a 10-3 lead.
Let's watch Bob Thomas, who is at practice this week, was kicking him through it from 45 yards out with consistency, and this one is good as Brian Baschnagel makes the call instead of the officials. But Bob Thomas out of Notre Dame had a rough start with the Chicago Bears his first couple of years. Now he's become Mr. Automatic.
Baseball fans, particularly those of the Expos, bad news there. 1-0 for the Phillies in the top of the 6th over Montreal, and the Pirates lead the Cubs 3-0 bottom of the 5th. Tonight on CBS, don't forget you're going to see Fidel Castro with Dan Rather on 60 Minutes. And then you'll see Archie Bunker's Place. There is no connection between those two programs. One day at a time, Alice, the Jeffersons follow, and a new show, Trapper John M.D. with Pernell Roberts. All on CBS tonight. Stay right with us through the rest of the evening, following our football and golf coverage today. George Ragsdale is the deep man awaiting Bob Thomas's kickoff. Ragsdale, number 23 for the Buccaneers, standing at his 1-yard line. Anything different? No. Ragsdale a yard into the end zone. Good hit right at the 15-yard line by Brian Baschnagel, number 84. A very sure tackler doing his thing, and the Buccaneers will start from their own 14.
1 minute to go in the half. John McKay, for the first year, is calling the plays all himself. Let's see what he decides to do. Deep in his own territory, will he run out the clock, or will John try and go for a score?
I don't think he's going to throw on first down. How's that for a conservative guess? Wide left comes Higgins. In motion, Owens. Wrong again, Brian. Up the middle, Owens complete. Falls down, loses the ball, Higgins has it. Well, I want to tell you, they added a little bit of excitement here with less than a minute to go in the half and a 7-0 lead.
Well, as I said, John McKay is calling the plays. He goes back off the play action. The Bears figured he would also run the ball, and he throws the ball. Mike Spivey got confused here and got twisted around, and the pass was right there. And there goes Owens with the ball. He stumbled. Actually, he had a chance there. It was almost a clip there against Higgins. But he fumbles the ball, and Higgins was getting up and alertly made the recovery for Tampa Bay. That's what makes football fun.
Owens may tell you later he was trying to lateral that, and they practiced it all week.
Yeah, he's going to say something about the artificial surface. I'll bet you that. He's probably got turf toe.
Well, it was an exciting play, and more excitement coming up at halftime. You'll find out what's going on around the NFL and the other games today. Brent, Jane, and Irv will be going directly to them at halftime. Last week, a big scoring week in the National Football League, and so far today, it doesn't look like they're matching those scores, but we've got halves to go yet. Cubs are on the board against Pittsburgh on a Dave Kingman homer in the top of the 6th inning, with the Pirates lead at 3-1. Montreal losing 1-0 to the Phillies. First down, Tampa Bay out at their own 40-yard line. They've got offense to go with their defense. And they are trying to go 5-0. Williams up the middle, complete to the tight end, Giles. Fensick on the tackle, close to the first down. Looks like it's going to be about a foot short. Doesn't really matter. 30 seconds on the clock. Bucks are going for some more points. Sideliner. Incomplete, intended for Owens, but it does stop the clock. 25 seconds remaining.
See, they have 2 timeouts left or 1? I believe they still have 2 timeouts, don't they?
We'll try and find out. Two timeouts, we're told. 2 timeouts remaining for the Buccaneers. Third and about half a yard. Straight drop back, and the backs are in the pattern. Complete to Giles at the 35, wrapped up by Bruce Herron, the extra linebacker. Has the first down.
So they have 18 seconds to go with 1 timeout left. They complete 1 good pass down the field, 10 or 15 yards. They'll be within field goal range. So the strategy becomes very important, whether they try and go for the field goal or try and get on the board. If they try and go for the big one on the board, they probably wouldn't get their field goal. John McKay, it's not going to rain, but he's got his raincoat on. I guess it's those afternoon showers you get down in Florida sometime. It's not raining in Chicago. The beautiful weather here. For about the last month they've had sunshine, but come another few more weeks it'll be a little snowy, as Neil Armstrong trying to figure out which defense, how they're going to handle it defensively. In this kind of a situation, the Bears have blitzed sometimes, not dropped their linebackers off, and they'll come up with a surprise blitz. Let's see what they do.
First down, Tampa Bay, 18 seconds to go. You can see in the upper right-hand corner. Williams got time. The Bears in pass coverage deep for Higgins and out of bounds. Ike Higgins at the 20-yard line, but he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Livers on the coverage. Williams is now 9 for 18, passing at 50%. He came into the game at 35. John McKay has defended that number, saying, hey, we want the big play from him. We go long a lot, and it's a lot harder for him to have a higher passing percentage. I tell him, don't worry about that.
Jimmy Giles was wide open over the middle at about the 25-yard line. However, I didn't see him go up to Williams since the plays are coming in from the sideline. Let's see if John McKay saw it. They could complete one, call a quick timeout, and have a field goal.
Bears have pass rusher Tommy Hart in and the rookie Dan Hampton out at left defensive end. Williams got lots of time, and now running out of time, he's pulled down. Hampton stayed in. They brought Hart in as an extra pass defender, took Hartenstein out on the other side. So it was Hampton, the rookie, who got him.
Notice they were going to try and go to Giles as he came across the middle, and they had him double covered, and Williams couldn't find him. So then he tried to ad-lib, and here comes Hampton, who got to the outside and made the sack. Dan Hampton from Arkansas.
Time for one more play on a 3rd and long for Tampa Bay, as Hampton's sack, the first of the season against the quarterback Doug Williams of Tampa Bay, has pushed the ball back to the 46-yard line of the Bucks. New Orleans leading the Giants 17-7 in the 3rd period. And Miami getting back into the game somewhat against the Jets, Johnny. It's now 26-17 on an 18-yard touchdown pass from Greasy to Bruce Hardy in the 4th period. They've got 11:23 to go, so I guess you can't count the Dolphins out.
And you have to figure the half isn't over, because Tampa Bay's going to go for it with 2 seconds to go, probably throw up one of those prayer shots and hope for a deflection downfield or something like that.
Hart is still in at the right defensive end for Hartenstein. Got to get some more pressure on this last play. Williams got some time, now going deep for Gordon Jones. Lots of traffic there. He's got 3 receivers in the same area. Who's got the ball? Looks like the Bears. Fensick intercepted in the end zone. And John McKay elected to flood that corner and hope something good happened down there. And it didn't. But at the halftime, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10, the Chicago Bears 3, and let's go to New York. The Bears trail by a converted touchdown, and Tampa Bay will have the ball first here as they defend to our right. In white, the Bears to our left in the dark jerseys, and it's Ragsdale from his 4. Running the wedge right up the middle. Good tackle on him by Baschnagel at the 25-yard line. He rolled forward to the 29, where the Buccaneers will start. Muckensturm finishing him off at that point, and it'll be Tampa Bay ball with Doug Williams bringing them out. Eckwood and Bell, the running backs. Eckwood with a 61-yard touchdown run to his credit, the only major score of the game so far. Across that front, Wilson at center, Robertson, Horton the guards, Revison, Hanna the tackles, Jimmy Giles at tight end. Higgins at wide left. Eckwood hit behind the line by Hampton, his former teammate at Arkansas, and he helped him up. But he enjoyed that whack.
Dan Hampton is towards the top of your screen there at the defensive left tack end, and he just comes right into the play. Nobody even hit him, and there he was. Big Dan, the old bear hug on his old teammate.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Ball at the 26-yard line. Wide right is the rookie Gordon Jones. Larry Mucker, one of the Tampa receivers, was hurt on a punting play. Suffered an injured thumb. Pass complete to Eckwood. Wide open. First down. Out near midfield. Flag down after the catch was made. Hicks and Livers put the tackle on him.
Boy, did Alan Page get through there and lay the wood to Doug Williams after he threw that ball. And I may have noticed the turf toe on Eckwood, too. Did you notice how he slipped when he was trying to make his move? He might have had little problems there not being used to this type of a turf.
Clipping against the Buccaneers after the catch was made.
Let's take a look at Doug Williams as number 82, Alan Page, gets through there and takes him down, but the pass was complete, then the penalty, so they're going to be back.
Page has 4 sacks, nearly had another one. There's been only 1 sack of the Buccaneers today, and the first of the season against Doug Williams. Here's referee Gordon McCarter.
Personal foul, clipping, number 81, offense, still 2nd down.
Mike Higgins guilty of clipping. It is 2nd and about 7 with the ball at the 30-yard line.
The Bears are not red dogging or blitzing very much today either. They usually do a lot more. I guess they're afraid to put the blitz on. Williams has been so good at picking up the receiver when they put a blitz on.
Larry Mucker, Morris Owens, 85, comes left for the Bucs. Williams, Hampton in pursuit. It's incomplete, intended for Bell, nearly intercepted on the deflection by Campbell. Gary Campbell, number 59, off the hands of Ricky Bell. Incomplete.
Let's take a look at the rush as 4 rushmen come. The front 4, Williams can't find his receiver right away. He moves out. He could have run here, and then he throws. He goes for the hand catch, and look at that. Almost an interception, then almost a reception. Good pressure put on by the Chicago Bears on Williams with the 4-man rush, and then he goes out here. And right here is we had to face the choice, either run or pass. He decided to pass.
3rd and 7, Tampa Bay. Opening minutes of the 2nd half. For Higgins, intercepted. Livers knocked out of bounds by Horton at the 25-yard line of Tampa Bay. Williams simply overthrew that one, and Livers was waiting for it.
You hit it right on the head, Tim. They simply overthrew the ball. There wasn't all that much pressure, and they had Higgins short and deep, and it was way over his head, and there was Virgil Livers, number 24, to say, look, Mom, look what I got. So he took off up the field. He can run a 9.500. Got as much as he could before he was finally knocked out of bounds as the Bears have it on the 25-yard line.
The home crowd alive as Evans brings him out. Richards in motion back toward the ball. Straight ahead is Walter Payton. Robin Earl and the linebacker David Lewis having a look.